Mr. President, if we could make did we make an announcement that the traffic issue has been removed from the agenda?
We did not make that announcement.
It's down at old business. Mr. President, under old business, section 10B, I've been contacted by several neighbors that live on Old Smithfield Road. Traffic, they are traveling unavailable this evening, so they do want to come in and have testimony. So I'd like to set this for the day. Oh, so my wife says she doesn't listen to me. That's okay. What's going on under old business, section 10B, discussed by council vote or other action on Old Smithfield Road traffic. I've been contacted by 3 neighbors that are out there that are traveling on business. They want to participate on this, and we could move this to a date certain to continue it, so we can have more public opinion and input. Well, the purpose was I've heard from 3 individual residents saying that the traffic out there is picking up tremendously during the non-cut-through times, posted times.
Yeah.
So, have you experienced? You've experienced
Living
it?
up on the hill, I know.
Yeah, but yeah. So traffic's almost back to what it, well, according to what I've heard. No, I know, but this is what I've heard.
When I was coming home the other day, and there was 3 people coming at me.
Yeah.
You catch it 3, 4 at a time.
Right. Right. So basically, the residents are concerned that, and asking hopefully that we can have some a little bit more traffic control over there to mitigate this problem.
Well, they know there's no one there. There's no one there to see them, so there's no specific time for the police to be there.
Yeah.
So they're taking a chance.
Yeah. They're gambling. Okay. So Mr. President, I'd like to just put this to another date.
Okay, we can roll this over to another day. We don't need a motion.
We don't know. The other thing, Mr. President, if I may, we heard a lot this evening under 7 comprehensive plan continuation of public hearing. Mostly people that have been involved in planning or concerned individuals saying that the process is moving a little too quickly. I happen to agree with them. I was wondering if we can continue the comprehensive continuation of public hearing to a date certain. I would like to have it as a separate workshop, a separate public workshop where folks can come and have their input.
So you want to set up a date just for the sole
Yes.
purpose of the public?
Just for the comprehensive
I think that's a very good idea. Do you want to?
Continuation of the public hearing.
Yes, continuation, so we have to go back out and re-advertise or re-notice. So it would be sometime.
Hold on a minute. Do you have a date in mind?
No, I'm amenable, so sometime in October.
You want to go with the first or second meeting in October?
Oh, no, it's going to be.
Oh, it's going to be, I'm sorry, it's going to
separate.
be a meeting in its own. We don't have to come up with that date at this moment. Don't we, really?
We
I don't
don't.
know what October has in store.
Third Monday? Is that the 3rd Monday?
That's the 15th of October.
Okay, so that, my motion would be to continue us to October 15th as a workshop public input hearing, so everybody can weigh in.
Well, public hearing.
Public hearing. Yeah.
Do we know explain?
Oh.
I'm only kidding. That's fine. What's that? No, I said you know explain that. I was only making.
Monday Night Football.
No, but we can, I'm only kidding. We can go with that.
Thank you, Mr. President. So do we need a motion or what?
Has to be a
Okay,
motion to continue the public hearing.
Okay, make a motion to continue the public hearing on the comprehensive plan to October 15th, and the public hearing will be open to all time for input. That's a motion.
Second on that?
Second.
We have a second. Roll call.
Mrs. Bottomoli? Yes. Mr. McGee?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara? Yes. Mr. Zelinski?
Yes.
Mr. Biragad?
Yes. Now, do we move, or we skip number 6, right?
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Clifford?
John, I appreciate that the public hearing is being delayed, but I muddled onto the town website last week to try to look some of that stuff up, and I didn't see, maybe it's been added, like a copy that's redlined, tracked, and you have to compare the old to the new, and it's a nightmare.
Is it?
And even the maps, I think Mr. Rapco had
Hey, you know what though, can you just come up to the podium though when you,
Yeah, could we have like a list of, the lots that are being changed and what they're being changed to?
That list is in the comp plan, it's in the land use chapter, there's a table, actually the map right in front of you here has got red numbers on it. Bobby created that, numbers all those areas, and all the maps and lots are listed in the table. But I came up because my real concern is I can't guarantee that I can produce a red line track changes copy of every chapter, because as we went through this with the planning board over 17 and 18, over all these meeting dates, I did do that for some of the chapters, but once it gets going and the planning board decides on it and keep changing it, I just kind of implemented the changes. And I'll look for them, but I can't guarantee that I have all of them.
we could probably square it away a little more though.
It's substantially shorter than the previous version, and I'm trying to get people to focus on the goals, policies, and actions, because that's really critical to the decision making by the planning board when they're implementing projects. And I just wanted to say I'm not sure I'll be able to get all the track changes.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but I'm still more concerned about the map, because I thought Mike had a conversation with you today about that, the confusion of the maps. I think that's, as a property owner, that would be the most important thing about the comprehensive plan to me. What's the land behind me being changed to?
Right.
I think every homeowner would want to know that. So if we could have something that really made that crystal clear.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and that's why Bobby and I did make this map here. I just handed it out. I can have it placed on the website, and it numbers all of those parcels in the table, so people can clearly see what the zoning currently is, what it's going to be. It's exactly what you're talking about. We did put that in there.
I have a process question.
Hold on,
please.
hold on, wait. Come on up there, boy.
Yeah, I just didn't know when the public had a chance to speak. Is now the time?
No, actually, that's what we're talking about is continuing this.
I know, but I have something to say about the continuance of it.
Okay. Come on up.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, I'm Cynthia Roberts, 49 Main Street in North Smithfield. The reason I really came here tonight, and I've been trying really hard to proactively understand how to participate in the comprehensive planning process. I was on the planning board from, I'm not going to have the exact dates, but roughly like 2013 or 2012 to 2015, so it was about 3 years. And then I had to step down for family caregiving reasons. And when I was on the planning board, during that time, we also were reviewing the comprehensive plan, and we made a bunch of changes. And I've been working in the field of public health prevention and promotion for the last 10 years or so, and as an evaluator for the last 20 years. And working with communities and working for the state, working in violence prevention, working for health equity. And a big part of that work is engaging communities in the development of their plans, of their comprehensive plan. And it's not really the way it's done in a lot of towns in Rhode Island, but during the, around 2010, 2011, 2012, there's a lot of money that went out from the federal government, from CDC, to help communities engage residents more in the planning of their towns. And it was called Healthy Communities by Design. And the idea was to try and get residents to engage around what they want for their community. And I have a great deal of appreciation and respect for people who volunteer on boards, because I know it's very time consuming. And for people who work in government and work as planners, they're very interdisciplinary people, and I appreciate the skills that they have. And the missing piece is a plan that's created by 10 people represents the perspective of 10 people. But the community, the comprehensive plan purpose, and honestly I learned about this from experience as a non-planner, is the vision of the community. And it's a 10, 20, 30-year vision for the community. So I'll be 80 when the 30-year vision is done. I mean, I feel like the people who have had a say in the comprehensive plan are a little on the older side, honestly, to be saying what should happen in the next 20, 30 years. And we need to engage people from lots of different age groups and perspectives on what we want for our community. We saw young people here tonight speaking about their values and what matters to them. I would like to see, I have a really hard time coming to these meetings. I have a 12-year-old son. Most of my friends, like in the, say, the 30 to 50-year group, can't come to a lot of these meetings because they have to like cook dinner and work and stuff like that. I think that we should work harder to engage people like 50 and below, because this plan is going to affect their life and people coming after them. And honestly, the group Engaged North Smithfield, the reason I formed it was because I was learning a lot through public health about what towns want for themselves. Things like, walking paths and community centers and potluck suppers and social cohesion. And like, we live in a town that's very kind of like you keep to yourself. I grew up here. I'm not like speaking outside of experience. But if we want to be more resilient and we want less suicide and we want less substance abuse, we need to engage people in the planning of our community. So instead of just having hearings, because hearings are very one way, it's like someone stands here and talks, most people are not comfortable at hearings. Most people don't understand maps. Most people don't understand the lingo in a comprehensive plan. Most people don't know what a comprehensive plan is. So in Newport, where I work, we do things. We hired an agency that came in and made huge maps on the walls, color-coded maps, invited people to the Boys and Girls Club on a Saturday in February, and like 100 people showed up with Post-it notes and stickers and magic markers. And we did surveys, and we took the pulse of people's opinions, and then we presented it on the wall, and then people reacted to it. And that's, in my opinion, the kind of stuff we need to be doing, because hearings are only comfortable for people who are comfortable speaking in front of people. So I would like to see more real engagement, because when we have the solar companies coming into town and writing our ordinances and barging their way in, everyone gets really upset because no one understands, I say no one, very few people understand how this town works, and very many people feel disenfranchised and feel upset about the direction of things, but they don't think they have any power. And so on Engaged North Smithfield, I posted the comprehensive plan from 2006, and I posted the link, and it's an open group, and it's, like I said, nonpartisan, so everyone is welcome to be on it. And we have rules like to be welcoming, to not like call names at each other. It's really a productive group. And I would just, I'm speaking from that perspective and from a public health perspective, I would just like to see more real engagement, not more hearings. Before the hearings, we should, I met with the superintendent a few weeks ago. I asked him if we could have a potluck dinner in the auditorium here before a town council meeting. And he said, sure, just let us know when and you can book it. My friend and I, Alex, met with Mr. Azovsky back in April and asked him questions about the community, because we're trying to learn and then share that information. And so anyway, I would like to see more interactive meetings where we interact about maps, where we collect information from people, where we talk with real people, because that's when you can actually feel like you like other people. A lot of times these meetings, everyone's getting really upset with each other because people are frustrated and don't feel like they have a say in how the community is going to be led. So I'm just asking not only to slow it down, not only to have like 6 hearings, but to have workshops where we can be people with each other, where we can have like art materials, posters, index cards, and ask questions. I've been really grateful and appreciative at how forthcoming Tom and Bobby have been, and Deb Todd, with sending me things that I've asked for. I've been very grateful. I don't think anyone's trying to keep any information from anyone, but I think we have to be proactive and go out of our way to engage people in new ways. So I just want to please request, and Engage North Smithfield can get people to come to the meetings.
Do you have an agenda of the meetings at this time?
Yeah, we don't have agendas because we're trying to meet on a social level. So we started meeting in January, and we have questions like, what do you want for the town? And then we do like sort of creative things. And the thing that I hear from people is they want this to be a town where their kids want to come back to. They want this to be a place where they can hang out and like drink coffee next to someone they may or may not know, or a place where they can go see art in a public space, or a place where we can have like
Community
opportunities.
center?
Yeah, they don't use the word community center, but it's that kind of stuff. So yeah, so like Hallowell, we all know Hallowell's going to be decommissioned.
Absolutely.
I just feel like there's this feeling of like there's this club of people who know what's going to happen or who have undue influence, and I don't even think that's necessarily true. I think a lot of people feel very unconnected and disenfranchised. So our meetings are literally about like, what do you want? What do you like? What kind of person are you? Wow, you cook really good food. Oh, you brought, you know, your homebrewed kombucha or whatever. Like we just try and have a good time. And I've met people who I do not have the same political ideology with, but we found out like, oh, we really care about open space, or we really don't want a 400-acre solar development, but we don't feel like we have any say in that. And I just feel like it's really easy to dehumanize people, but when we get together as people and eat with each other and convene in homes or the library, now I feel like I have way more people I know and more friends, and I keep hearing the same thing, and every day more people are joining the group. So I'm willing to help organize a meeting like that. I'm willing to help get people to the middle school or wherever, you know, Heritage Hall, wherever we can have it. I'm willing to help organize strategies that like we did in Newport. I just would really like to see people breaking down the barriers and being willing to listen to each other in a more humanistic way. And to teach us, like I want to learn more about the maps and the zoning, and I know other people want to too, and they don't even know how to ask questions because they don't understand. So I guess I'll stop there. But maybe before I stop there, I could just ask if you have any questions or comments for me.
Well, when we have the meeting, it's going to be a meeting strictly, it's going to be a workshop. It's going to be a meeting strictly for the comprehensive plan. You know? And if anybody has any questions, anybody wants to discuss anything, I can make it a little less formal, and we can let everybody ask whatever questions that they want to ask.
Right, and what I'm saying is, like, not everyone wants to come up one at a time to a podium and ask a question. Some people want to sit at a table with, like, Post-it notes and markers, or walk around and look at a poster and be like, oh, what part of town is that? Or that's the reservoir? Or like, oh, we have a walking trail there? Not everyone's, this is like a very white way to be. Not everyone likes being that way.
That kind of whole, this white thing kind of.
It is though.
Really, I find that that really bothers me.
Sorry,
I'm
I'll try
offended
not
by
to use
it,
words
actually.
that bother you, but it's a very, sorry, it's hard for me to find the right word. It's a very old school approach that doesn't include everyone who's
Old
comfortable
school
with
is better than
Robert's
saying it's a
rule.
white way to do it.
Okay. I'm still also like having a lot of feelings about what happened earlier tonight.
Well,
So
we moved on.
Anyway, so does I want to know, like, are you hearing my request, and is there some kind of agreement that we could plan some more social, interactive, non-hearing, non-Robert's rules kind of meetings?
So you're not saying, let's get together and then discuss, you have ideas, accumulate all this while you're munching and crunching, the whole 9 yards, being laid back, and then bring them to the council. You don't want, I want to be at the council munching and crunching and everybody doing it.
Yeah, I'm saying
Take too long
Yeah,
to
do
do
it.
that. If you-
it takes too long, is that what you just said?
Yeah, I've been through this before. John Flaherty is a master at coordinating and doing these type of things. We dedicated an entire Saturday to do this type of thing, and then it came forward to council. Cindy, I agree that a lot of people don't wish to speak, so if you have this group of involved people, and show up that night, and one or two be the voices, anybody can speak, but if they're a little hesitant to get those points across. But to sit here and work through all this, it would take multiple. I'm not against multiple meetings, but I am for efficiency in listening to what people have to say. You're right. There are a lot of older folks. These are the folks that know their town. And could we, those two young men that were here today, wouldn't that be great if we could get those, or representative of the high school kids? Because this is their future. I agree with you, but to sit here and crunch stuff at one meeting, I don't think we're going to get enough accomplished in one meeting.
Right, I guess, what I'm saying is, we can have pre-meetings that are less formal, where there's information.
Absolutely.
That's processed in a way that isn't so Robert's rules linear,
Yeah.
that we can have a more social experience and more educational.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
That's what I'm asking,
Yeah.
so I'm not saying have that out of town meeting.
Okay.
But I'm asking, like, what's the timetable for that? Because that's another thing, like, people don't understand, is there an urgency about getting the comprehensive plan revised and approved by a certain date?
What date should we establish for our completeness of the comp plan? October what?
10 years later.
10 years later. Okay, but what was the date we were going to set? October 15th, okay. So basically, there's a month's time between.
What's the October 15th
That's
date?
when we're.
That's when we're moving this meeting forward.
Like, according to whom, though, like, is that a state
According to the
requirement?
According to the council.
I know, but my question is, according to like what timeline did the state, I heard someone say it's 10 years too late, but, or it's 10 years past the date, but, so if it's 10 years, why do we have to get it done in like 4 weeks? Like,
This is the first step. We're gonna have a public hearing, and we're gonna, if we don't get through it, we'll set up another.
Right, so what I'm asking is, can we have a way to share information that is not in the format of a public hearing? That gives people a chance to read documents, to talk with each other, to ask the experts questions, so that they can actually understand what's in the plan.
They can
So-
do, I'm missing something, because that's exactly what the public hearing is for.
Right, but what you're missing is, not everyone is gonna get that information via a public hearing. And the first hearing was in July.